Let's look at technology project number 2. This is the one that everyone needs to complete. Um, it's broken up into multiple sections, which I'll have you read, of course, but I want to let you know to answer the questions. You have a data set here. And so here's a link to the data set. And this data set is in StatCrunch. And so you will see a whole bunch of data. Now, if you want to know what the data is, you have a description of the variables here. And so this is a description of all those variables related to what you see in StatCrunch, the numbers. You'll see quantitative and categorical variables. You will see here is the description, here is the label, and then the description of what those variables are. So that's the first thing. The first part is just understanding what the data is, but that's where you will try to understand what that data is. It has to do with flights 2019, so prior to the pandemic. Once you've done that, of course, you're just going to answer, complete these tasks here. And the main one here is identifying the different types of variables within that data set. Part 2 is what is statistics for? Here's where you are going to come up with 3 questions to explore these types of situations, estimating a parameter, seeing if a linear relationship exists, and then choosing 2 groups to compare and discern a difference in proportion or mean. So come up with questions related to the variables that are related to these types of questions here. And then for that, you would identify the methods you would use to explore that question. And you're thinking again, mostly around our Unit 3, Unit 4 material. After that, you're going to create graphs for these. That's part 3. If you need some additional help, here's a link here that has a video explaining kind of again how to create some of this. And this is Professor Tolentino, who I work with, who will give you some examples of how to create graphs or which ones maybe to use. And then doing the statistics using your information from your questions or using what you know. You're going to answer these questions and then you submit it. There's a rubric here so you can take a look at how I'm grading. And then if you want to see a sample from a different data set, but a sample output, there's again, just use it as a sample anyways. Again, as long as it's organized, you're good. So that's what you're doing for your technology project number 2.